Welcome back. Good to see you. LTA, baby. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the live streams. New week. Last week was absolutely fire. Good to be back on stream right now. Looking forward to crush the next 3 days with you guys here. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. EST. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you come on time. Thank you for coming on time, by the way. You're absolute G. Fantastic stuff here. Make sure you download the ebook if you're new to this channel. My name is Lorenzo. We trade live 3 days a week on stream. We have our Telegram. We have our Discord. We are winners. We have a winner's mentality, okay? We turn losers into winners if you really want to, if you really want it, all right? Quick shout out to you. Make sure you smash up that like button. Let's get the party started. And make sure that if you're new that you subscribe as well. Around 30% of you guys are not yet subscribed. So let's make this happen here. A big shout out to my VIPs, the guys in the trading floor. Looking forward to see what you guys are doing today. And let's absolutely crush it, man. Let's absolutely crush it. Let's see what we have with us in the building here. Let's actually put on a different tune. Actually do it. Let's chill a little bit. Let's relax. Let's relax. Good to see you, Jorn, my friend. Good to see you, my man. Ryu, good to see you. Yes, sir. Amazing stuff, amazing stuff. Good to have you here. Web Nomads, good to see you. Grim Reaper. The Real Shady, welcome back, my friend. Good to see you, AB Gamer. Timbo Slice. Congrats with the passing of your challenge. Well deserved, my friend. FundedNext will figure it out. I saw your message. Everything will be fixed. So congratulations with your challenge, my friend. Amazing stuff. Asmania, good to see you. Mondo's Trade. Mondo Trades. Sorry, my friend. Mondo Trades. You changed your name? No, you didn't. Yeah, you did. Anyways. Good to see you all. All right. Let's get to work. All right, a couple things on my radar. Of course, gold right now is interesting. We're back at higher time frame support, right? We tapped into the daily demand zone. All right, it's important to mention again here. We smashed the previous daily demand zone that we talked about beforehand. Our last trade of the stream on a Thursday, the last stream, was a long. We pretty much took a long from here. Okay, played out. Unfortunately, though, price couldn't break higher. Right, so we had a good trade. But then on a Friday, I think price couldn't follow through here. And you can see that on a Monday, yesterday, we opened up and we directly smashed that daily demand zone, and we took out the daily demand zone. We tapped into this next daily demand zone, which we are currently sitting at around 3887 here. So I took a quick long from that demand zone before, and now price is kind of holding up here. It's kind of ranging around at that daily demand zone here after London session was weak, Asian session was weak, and now New York. The question is, are we going to see short-term reversal, or is this just going to lead into bearish continuation, right? That's what we're going to talk about today here. But there are a couple things on my list. Let's go a little bit deeper into gold here. You can see by default how important the daily demand is, right? This is our next zone, so you have to pay attention to this. It starts at, what level it starts at? 3888, 3889 to be exact. Okay, you can see how price tapped into that right here, which is also, by the way, guys, which is also a fixed very high level of a range, right? Because this is also what we call a bigger range right here as well, right? So therefore, we also marked out the fixed very high and the point of control of that range, and we actually responded from the very high, which aligns, of course, with the demand zone. So you see our price bounced from it, and we're now pulling back here. So this is kind of my thought process right now. If price, let's say, comes back, I'm going to see if we can take longs around here. Okay. If we can take longs around here, great. I'm going to look for long positions internally. I'm going to see if we can come back and see on the 5-minute time frame if we can get into any longs. Why? Because we have now seen a reaction from daily demand. We have seen a reaction from that fixed very high. And now also at the same time, we have a lower time frame range sitting right around here. That smaller range right around here. If we pull back and we manage to hold this range, I might go for a long, to be honest. Again, similar to what I already did before this session. And if price comes up, okay, if price comes up and it continues to go up here, the real next point of interest for sells is, in my opinion, this previous range right there, right? You guys already know it. I don't even have to explain it. You guys already know. You guys already know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Type in a yes in the chat if you know exactly what I mean. It's a range. It's a rejection. We are in a higher time frame reversal. We're experiencing a higher time frame reversal here. And also just look at the trend of gold right now on the 30-minute, right? Look at how we are trending downwards, and look at where the most resistance will be. Right around there, right? Most resistance will be sitting at the previous daily range. The previous daily range before the Asian session expansion. And now if you wait for a pullback, then of course this will be still, in my opinion, a point of interest for shorts. I don't see longs yet for long-term coming into play. We really have to break out higher for me to be more comfortable to hold my long trades longer. So the only long trades that I'm taking right now are long trades that I can just quickly snipe, right? Get in, get out, or keep my risk tight, or reduce my risk, get that pullback trade. But for now, sellers are just definitely in control right here. Okay. Another reason why that's the case here is because of this chart. Let me actually pair this up here. You guys already see it, right? Silver, baby. Silver is freaking weak. Look at silver. Look at what we have been creating here on the higher time frame. We look at the daily now, right? A 12-hour zone, a daily zone, another daily zone, and we're now pulling back. But again, daily supply, 12-hour supply. Correlation between gold and silver, right? If silver breaks down and is in resistance, gold might struggle too, right? So therefore, we're definitely not out of the woodworks yet in terms of, you know, this is the bottom and we're just going to go up from here. Definitely not, right? We're still in a bearish trend right now. We're breaking, we're reversing. Things are slowing down here. So if silver gets there and it's showing weakness, then gold might indeed reject from that level that we just literally talked about right around there, okay? And this is where I would be looking for shorts here. But for now, it is all about, and specifically this trading session, for me, is all going to be about the pullback trade long, because shorting in demand doesn't make any sense to me because we're in higher time frame support. So either we pull back and I'm going to look for a long around here, which is roughly speaking at around the 39.07, okay? Or price just has to go up and then we short it. That's it. It's one of those. If price comes up and it doesn't get to our key levels and it comes down here, we might, as an alternative, we might look at what silver is doing, okay? I hope that makes sense. If silver is still possibly giving us a setup, then I will probably take a silver trade as well here. So it all depends on the situation. Gold or silver, right? You can trade both. It's easy. If you have never traded silver before, it's an incredible asset to trade, by the way. If you're new to it and you just trade gold, sometimes silver is the better choice. I will show you a couple of examples later on here. Anyways, that is the scenario I'm waiting for. So I'm going to mark this out for you guys here. Let's see what we can do. If price can pull back and then potentially look for a bounce. I'm going to mark out this smaller range. I'm going to see what price will do inside this range here. And if you can actually start looking for some sort of reaction or something like that. And then look for a potential entry. Something like that is something that I would like to see. I'll let price come to me. I'm not chasing price right now, especially because we are counter trend trading at this current moment. We're not going to chase price when we're counter trend trading, right? Doesn't make sense. The momentum is bearish. So, oh, that makes sense from there. Okay. Andre says we got a win on silver this morning, G. Check the Telegram wins section. Let's check it out, my friends. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's see what's happening there. Telegram wins. Telegram wins. Silver. Yeah, that's the breakout. Very nice, Andre. Very nice. See me play 30-minute entry, 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio, full TP. Awesome, bro. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. Keep it up, my friend. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Lorenzo, your fixed very high previous Sunday open too. How do you call that? Your fixed very high is the previous Sunday open too. Double confirmation. Double freaking confirmation. All right? Double confirmation right there. Yes. So this weekend was my daughter's first birthday. So we went out. We went to the beach. We, you know, in Bali, of course, you have a lot of beaches here. So we had some good time here. After that, straight to the gym. From the gym, straight to the stream. Looking forward to it. By the way, one of our fighters is going to fight very, very soon. So if you are in Bali, right? Or you are around, you might want to check out some of our fighters here. We host events, or you could say we sponsor a gym. It's called the Limitless Gym. All right. AKA Lions MMA in Bali. So if you are in Bali and you want to do some MMA or you want to do some boxing, I highly recommend to check out our gym. I'll probably there pretty much every day, if not a couple times a week for sure. So just message me, say, yo, Lorenzo, I'm in the gym right now. Let's go for a session. I will pull up. I will pull up. Okay. So anyways, a guy of us is fighting right now. I'm really looking forward to show you guys. It's Derry here. He's fighting for the championship freaking belt, guys. And we sponsor him. And I have a lot of respect for these guys, because these guys, the only thing that they freaking do is they eat, they shit, they train, and they sleep. Okay? They eat, they shit, they train, and they sleep. That is the reality right there. So come to our Limitless Gym, LTA, right? The Limitless Trading Academy. Limitless, all right? Check it out. We are Limitless. So if you're interested in that, you know what to do. At the same time, I will be in Dubai beginning of November. So in around a week from now, a week and a half from now. So if you are in Dubai, also reach out. I might organize something. Or that would be awesome if I can meet some of you guys as well in the chat. That would be good too. All right. Congrats to your daughter. Thank you. Appreciate that, bro. 1 year old. Yes. Time flies when you get kids, bro. Absolutely. How long you will be in Dubai? I will be in Dubai around, I think just a week. Just a week. I have a couple things to do. I have a couple meetings. Some family business. Some family meetings. I'm going to be there. Hey, Lorenzo, I'm new to your strategy. What is it called? My friend. My G, welcome back. Or welcome, I could better say. This is called the LTA concepts, all right? A proven operating system, an ecosystem designed to make elite traders, elite freaking traders. Why? Because winners create winners. And volume is king. You will learn soon. You will learn soon, my friend. You will learn soon. You will learn soon. Very soon. Got two, bro, and they grow up really quick. Before you know it, they're teenagers. Yeah, damn. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. I was pretty young. I was pretty young when I got kids, you know? So, I have a son is 4 and a daughter is 1. So yeah, better, yeah? The earlier the better. Not too early though, but you know what I mean. Good morning, Lorenzo. Blessings. Lorenzo, I'm excited for your new content. Yes. So if you guys don't know about it yet, here I made a story in my Instagram. All right, you can check it out if you want to have quick, frequent updates. Okay. I made a story on my Instagram right around here. Okay. New long form content is coming on YouTube. Real juice about the volume profile, how to mark the right key levels, how to create a clear bias around it, how to execute and manage the trade, all data driven. All right, so we're gonna soon, probably this weekend or early next week, we're gonna release our first video on YouTube again, which will be all about the volume profile, how to draw the volume profile correctly, what to look at, how to create a correct bias, how does it work, why does it freaking work, and why is volume king. All right, we're going to talk about this also on my channel again. So we're going to release a couple of very interesting things right here. Okay, another reason for you to subscribe to this channel, if you want to learn about the strategy in depth for free on YouTube. Okay, it is that time right now. We're gonna release a bunch of epic content. Obviously with results, everything that you need to know, right? Everything that you need to know. No fugazi. We don't live in a dreamland. No, we're real data driven. We look at realistic, logical sequencing. We make sure that we have everything on point. Lorenzo, yesterday I took a clean sell on silver on the breakout and retest of the previous weekly value area low. What do you think about it? I'm still learning. 2 weeks into the ebook. Okay, legend. Well, that's worth it for me to check it out right now. Absolutely. Because number one, you read the book, you're going through it and you apply it. So that's why it's worth for me checking it now and see, you know, what you're talking about, what you're actually looking at. So you're talking about the previous weekly value low. I assume price broke below it and then you waited for the retest to enter, correct? So let's mark out. Let's do it this way. Let's mark out the previous weekly range from the left to the right using the volume profile. You can go right here, click on the fixed range volume profile. You mark out your 3 key levels. In this case, he was talking about the value area low, the previous weekly value low, and that is correct. You are in a larger trend right now, right? Price is trending downwards. Look at that. Price is trending downwards. Super freaking clean, right? You mark out the previous trading week. You mark out your key levels. There are only 3 of those. The value low, the value high, and the point of control. Price then breaks below the point of control. It retests the point of control right here. You see that? And what is this entry model? Let me know in the chat, fam. What is this entry model? Right there. You guys can already see it, right? The 3 candle play. What is this entry model called? That's correct. That's entry model 1 right there on your ebook, right? Everything is mentioned in the ebook on page number. You can find it right here. Volume analysis execution. And they have entry model 1. Look at that. Isn't that the same? In this case, you broke below it. You pulled back. You reject. You're in a larger downtrend. An intraday trend down. Price breaks down. It rejects. 3 candle bar play, right? 3 candle bar play. Price pulls back. 1, 2, 3 entry. Short position there. Stop loss above the high. If you want to feel safe, stop loss above that high. And then you target. Push towards the downside. In my opinion, what you're sharing with me, fam, that was a fantastic entry. That was a fantastic trade. So congratulations. That's exactly that's textbook right here. So take an example on ADC Cortral. He reads the book. He applies it. He applies the key levels. He waits for the for price to break down and retest, and he gets his amazing winning trade right through this system. It's awesome. And it couldn't be cleaner. So yeah, I think you are on point, my friend. Very, very nice. At the same time though, right now we're dealing with, on silver, we're dealing with this right here, right? We're dealing with this range. Right around there. You can see that right now. Price reacts from the previous range right here. You can see that already. So the ideal is that we actually start breaking down. If you're looking for a breakdown, then we want to do something similar on silver. You know, we want to break that low, something like that, right? If you want to look for an entry on this stream, for example, on shorts. But yeah, that's the case right now. Let's go back to gold. I would love to see gold coming back down towards this range. That's what I'm looking for right now in gold here. If you can pull back, fantastic. That would be the ideal case for me. If we can get a good reaction from this level, let's say the 39.06, I will most likely look for an entry around here. I can place my stop below, and then I simply target the high, the pullback, right? That's kind of what we're looking for right now, the pullback setup, the long pullback. But in order to get there, we need to pull back a little bit. We need to pull back a little bit, right? That's the idea. Or there's another but, okay? Or we break out of this range and I look for the pullback here. And I look for an entry like that. Something like this as well here. Okay? Something like that. We wait for our key levels and the breakout of the range. But it would be the ideal case scenario to pull back. Either look for an entry here. If price breaks above this range again, you can also look for an entry there. We call that a CME play. Consolidation, manipulation, and expansion. And then the push further towards the upside. So anyways, I'm into long mode right now. In the short term, for a larger push down again. But only if you pull back a little bit higher. Okay? A little bit higher. Congrats on a new baby. Last time you had 1 kid. Hey, I'm building, my friend. I'm building. What are you doing? I'm building the business. Building the fam. I'm building, I'm stacking. On all angles, my friend. On all angles. Hey, there we go. Dollar index pushing up. All right, good. Yeah, that's going to help. That's going to help with pushing to our point of interest. You know what I mean? Lorenzo, did you hear about Amazon? Yes, I heard about Amazon. I heard that Amazon is going to, again, scrape 30,000 employees. Why? Why do you think they're scraping 30,000 employees again? Because their company is doing so bad? What do you think the reason is? Bro, AI, I'm telling you, I have been telling you, AI is coming to take all your freaking jobs now. It's the truth. It's happening. 30,000 employees gone. Amazon. Why? Because one AI can automate 30 or can replace 30,000 employees right now. You know how much money that saves them? It's ridiculous. So this is important for you to understand, okay? We live in a time of urgency. We truly are. We live in a time of urgency where we really have to stack our game right now. We really have to build our skill now. And be ahead of the curve here, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna be freaking slaves. I don't want to be a slave. A slave to the system. The good news, though, let me share some good news with you too, though, so you kind of understand what we're talking about here. The good news is that the expectation of new retail traders coming to the market is roughly around 25 million new traders over the next years. All right, 25 million. You know how much it is? 25 million new retail traders. So you have to understand, these people are coming in. They have never traded before, right? So the industry is growing. The trend is growing. What do you think of AI in trading? I think in the end, AI is gonna definitely replace a lot of our trading because you have your little AI buddy next to you, listening to you, right? Seeing your screen, and your little AI buddy is telling you, hey man, but did you notice that there's actually a daily demand zone sitting at 38.70 right now at the moment? Have you even thought about that? You're so stupid. You're such a fool. That's gonna happen. Yeah, so everyone will have his AI buddy. The only difference is you have to train it. Now the good part is, in terms of trading, there always has to be a loser, right? There always has to be a loser. So if there has to be a loser, it's a binary game. It's either a buy or a sell, right? If there are winners, there are losers. If there are losers, there are winners. So I'm never really worried about it too much from that angle. XIXTE5 says, made a custom GBT from the LTA Concepts handbook. Very interesting, my friend. Can you reach out to us in customer support? In Discord? Reach out to us. Because we're looking at some recruitment right now. Some AI recruitment in our team. We're trying to see how we can scale that. So reach out. Reach out. So to me, this will be the ultimate trade, by the way, right now in the lower time frame. Okay, it will be something like this: a breakdown. Kind of like a breakdown, tapping into our point of interest, breaking above this range, and then taking a really clean long setup, putting the stops there, and then target the previous daily very low, right? Then looking for the pullback trade. That would give me a lot of confidence, right? A pullback, so a higher low, higher high, pullback into that range, turning that range into support, using the VAR profile, and then looking for the continuation, right? A textbook CME play, textbook. That would be the ideal case scenario, right? Something like this. Oh, something like this right there. We have news coming. We do have news coming in around, I think, an hour from now. And in 15 minutes from now, correct? No, 1 hour. Yeah, so in 1 hour, we do have the new home sales. I think so. Yeah, new home sales and consumer confidence in 1 hour. So we have to pay attention to that, okay? If you trade news, up to you here. Our ideal case scenario will be we get into a trade beforehand, obviously. And we can secure our trade beforehand. Do you take the low volume notes in consideration? I do. But yes, I do. But the value areas are just so good, man. They're so clean, so good. They're so good. How do you utilize the EMAs? I don't really talk a lot about the EMAs. I sometimes use them if it's a very clean trend, for example, if we're really trending and we're looking at a reversal play, for example, short term, then the EMAs are pretty handy, right? But overall, when the trend is clear, it's pretty straightforward. Can you show me the last trade of the last stream? Yeah, just go to my Instagram. I think it's right there. It's on my Instagram channel. It's, I think, the latest reel we created. That was the last trade. Oil is looking nice. Can you have a look at it? Yes, we can if you want, because oil is something that we talked about in our group. It's something that we talked about in our group. I make these daily videos in Telegram, right? And we talked about oil. This was yesterday. Yo. And we talked about oil here. Look at oil, something like that, right? Look at an oil setup. Now, what oil did, actually, it did follow through, though. It did give us the setup we were initially looking for, which was this this play right here, right? Range, break, retest. Eventually, we did decide to come back up towards the very high and then sell off. So oil right now is bearish, in my opinion, because if you look at oil right now, you can kind of see where we are, right? We are in higher time frame resistance. We couldn't break that resistance right there, number one. Then we created an internal CERC textbook, and then we sold off right there. So clearly bearish buyers for now on oil in the short term, right? At the same time, we talked about this already. Just look at that, right? So, you know, I shared that update in Telegram already yesterday, indeed. So right now, I would say, yeah, let's see if we built an intraday trend right now to the downside. If you read the book, you know how value it is if you get rejected from like a higher time frame area of resistance, and how price then breaks down. For example, how spotting these new trends are very, very helpful. The earlier you can spot a trend, right? The earlier you can spot a clean trend, the better it's gonna be. The better it's gonna be. Yeah, so I would wait for the pullback now, or price needs to break below this structure and just really continue to drive further down. But I would love to see a pullback. Silver, baby. Look at silver. That's an EM1 on silver right now. That is an EM1 on silver. Super clean rejection, actually. On the 50-minute time frame, it's actually, yeah, it's pretty solid overall. I really like it. The hourly closure is in 9 minutes. So I think I'm gonna wait for the hourly candle closure. If you close below, the next candle comes up and we flip and we break, I might take a silver short. I might take a silver short here. I think the dollar is holding up really well on that daily demand. I might take a silver short instead, G's. These two different scenarios, right? Gold, silver, and then we see how gold develops. In the meantime, I think that makes a lot of sense. That's an EM1 on silver here. So let's see. Gives enough time for us to see how gold develops as well. Yeah, for gold right now, if gold, so it's perfect. If gold doesn't want to push up and give us the confirmation we're looking for, which is, where is the confirmation? Where's the gold chart? Oh, here. There we go. Right, so if gold right now responds bullish, we want to break above this range first, right? Because this is where the trade will be taken. Any of these key levels here, depending pretty much on where the on if the breakout is there, the retest of that range, we will take the trade long. So if gold breaks down here, great, we take silver. Easy. If gold breaks down, we take silver instead. So let's focus on silver real quick right now and see where we are, because the hourly closure is in 7 minutes. I want to see how silver develops here, because if that's the case, we create a top wick and we flip bearish, we might are going to see something like this. Very difficult confirmation for gold. It's actually very easy. Yeah, it's actually really easy. It's actually a CME play. You can learn about this in page number 47. What is it going to be, guys? What do you guys think? Is it going to be a silver short or a gold long? Two different scenarios. Silver short. Yeah, I think for now the trend is clear, right? The trend on silver is very clean. I agree. So if you can manage to break down, close this hourly candle bearish, flip bearish, I think that's a very good sign here. The only thing is, I think it's important to wait for the hourly candle, because the hourly candle closes in 5 minutes. And it's actually perfect, because if you take the trade after the hourly candle open, then we have an hour left for the news to come. So then I will be able to at least manage my trade better, you know? Delta and gold is strong for a short. Okay, but keep in mind, we are in higher time frame demand. So pay attention to this. We don't have that much room. We talked about it last time as well. I think it was the same guy, man. Just Jack. Right here, right? We talked about it before. A lot of delta, negative delta, but price couldn't break the demand for a long time until it finally happened days later. We are now in a similar position here, so. Are you going to drop an explanation of LTA in the near future? Yeah, I just talked about it, my friend. If you check my latest story on Telegram or on YouTube, on Instagram, then we'll talk about this. We're gonna be sharing content very, very soon on YouTube. Yeah. So if you're new, then subscribe to this channel. We should put on your notifications. I think the first video will be released somewhere at the end of the weekend or the beginning of next week, max. We're really gonna pop out these videos right now to give you guys a better understanding. So you have the book, you have content on YouTube, and you have the live trading. I mean, if that doesn't give you a good foundation, I don't know. So what kind of setups are you guys looking for right now? You guys know what we're looking for. We're looking at gold and silver. These are the only two assets I'm going to focus on today. Gold and silver, okay? Let me know what you guys are looking at. Yeah, I would love that. I would love to pull back into this POC level here. So we tap into it, we hold it, we break out, we pull back, we create a new trend, and we push back towards the previous daily low, which is still counter trend, right? Because we are trending downwards right now. You can see that right here, we're trending down. So we're looking to get there. We're looking to trade towards that point. The only way for me to get there is to break that internal and then look for that continuation play. But if gold becomes weak and it just starts doing this, or it starts really struggling here already at the lower time frame already, yeah, then clearly silver is the better play, man. Silver is the better play because silver is already at our point of interest right now. Can we use the same strategy with gold futures? Of course, of course. I actually trade futures as well. You can see it right below. I popped up this thing for you right here. So you can see my entry. I thought I'd make it easier for you because I don't have to hop screens all the time, right? I can just, boom, keep the chart up and show you my entry. So this is on futures already, but I'll just show you guys the spot chart. Okay, first reaction is decent though for gold. First reaction is decent, so. What time frame are we looking at? The 5 minute? Yeah, sorry, I don't know why it was not there. I just put it on 5 minute at this moment here. Idian, welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. Nice. That's actually very nice. This gives us a reason to wait with silver instead. That's nice. And from which level? From which level? From which level, G's? Let me know. I'm gonna show you it over and over and over and over again, so you can't see anything else after this. After this stream, the only thing you see is blue lines, red lines, and purple lines. That's the only thing you're gonna know. Blue lines, purple lines, and red lines, okay? Clearly you want to break above that range, and then it's go time for me. It is go time. What is your target? My target is somewhere up here, okay? I'll show it one more time if you're new, but the conclusion is as follows, right? We are in a larger downtrend right now. From an intraday perspective, we are bouncing from higher time frame demand on the daily time frame. We create an internal confirmation right now. So we created a range, we broke out, we retested it right now, we're now breaking out. If we do break out, I think there is a big chance, there will be a big chance, welcome my friend, that price pulls back and just continues to go back towards that initial trend that we're following right now, which is also the previous daily range. So the previous daily range, price pulls back to the previous daily range, and then maybe we can look for the continuation sells from there, right? So sellers are in control. The reversal will only be if the price breaks out higher. The larger reversal will only be when we break out higher. But that's clearly not happening yet, right? So this is why we know that we are in an intraday trend down, but we're kind of expecting a pullback up to then potentially come down, right? And continue that larger trend that's in place right now. Sellers are in control. Buyers versus sellers. Sellers are in control. Sellers are winning the battle. But from a lower time frame perspective right now, the pullback is the only thing that I think is valid to trade during the New York session today. Andrew Gibbs. Welcome, my G. Nice. Look at that breakout, man. Look at that push. That's actually really good. That is really good. That is really good. That is really good. That's exactly what we wanted to see from the beginning. Lorenzo, how much you made in the last trade? Last trade. You mean on stream? That was the last stream? I think it was around $2,500. No, it was 800 times 5, right? No, around 4K. That's it. Let's ask the guys in the trading floor right now if they're looking at the same thing here. Yo, Ryu, my friend.
Yo, what's up, Lorenzo?
How are you, man? Are you looking at gold as well? Or you looking at silver?
Yeah, I was looking at the silver. The rejection here was clean, but yeah, this push to the upside is pretty aggressive right now.
Yeah. So gold might be the
And,
alternative.
Yeah, indeed.
Let's see. All right, man. Keep crushing it, bro. I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you soon.
Right. Soon.
Very soon, guys. We have some sort of sidekick, you know? A sidekick. I need a sidekick on this stream. That would be awesome as well in the future. Who knows? Anyways, we're breaking out. It is important that we see some sort of breakout right here first. We do want to take out the highs. We don't want to trade in that resistance. We don't want to long in that resistance, right? We want to break and then pull back towards either one of those levels here. The value high again or the point of control. One of those. So far, so good. So far, so good. Hi, Lorenzo. I haven't received the book LTA. If you haven't received it, try a different email. Try a different email address. I think that might solve the issue. It's a short-term bullish in gold. Yes, that's what we're looking for. Yeah. Is trading toward mean reversion considerably cause market? Sorry. Is trading towards mean reversion is considerably cause market mostly staying fair value? Your thoughts? Yeah, in essence, it has to rebalance itself out, right? And I think that's what's happening right now. Yeah, if you download the ebook and you don't get an email or something, you got issues. I don't know. Sometimes it just happens, right? Just confirm your email. And check also just your promotions, your spam filter, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Yeah, it could be in your spam folder, man. That's it. Should be good. Sometimes people download the book and then they don't receive it. It's usually in the spam folder. And if you really don't receive it, it's, I don't know. You know, after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then just use a new email address. That's the only way. Price pulling back. Yeah, exactly, right? That's why we said. We're going to wait for the break first. We want to see the breakout and then the retest, and then we look for longs. Because that high needs to be taken out first. We don't want a long in resistance. Because that's what's going to happen, right? You're going to long into resistance and then you're going to hope that it breaks out. Never long into resistance and hope that it breaks out. Sometimes you're going to get lucky. Most of the times you're not going to get lucky. You're going to reject again from that same area. So let's break it. Where's silver at right now? Silver is point of control. Okay. It's so interesting when these things are going against each other, right? So either one of those are going to play out clean. Like that's a fact. Our goal is to figure out today which one of those two is it going to be. Is it going to be gold or is it going to be silver? For now, clearly gold has the upper advantage. Gold is winning the battle here. Let's say you are in a trade and then news comes out. What do you do? It depends what kind of news it is. If I know that news is coming, maybe I lower my risk up front. If I'm already in a trade, right? I know let's say the news is coming in like 45 minutes or an hour, right? And I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe I should lower my risk a bit more now. Now, if I lose the trade because of news, I don't get, you know, completely destroyed. I'll take that in consideration. I'll take that in account. If price is already up, I usually just put my stops on break even. It's pretty easy. Zezo says I downloaded and was in my spam email and it was an awesome book, man. 3 times I've read it and I will do more. Thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. You deserve more than what you dream about. Yeah, so the beautiful thing about this, my friend, is that what you have in the book right now is just the book, right? It's the information. You have the live streams as well. But once the content on YouTube is coming out, explaining the book step by step, I think it's going to be a game changer for you. I really believe the YouTube videos will be a game changer for you. Because you have the book, you have the live streams, you have the Telegram group, where you see other people's setups. But you have also then just the content on YouTube, right? That you can constantly watch over and over again. Just, you know, use your book, watch the video, and then learn, and then start testing it. Because the only way for you to believe it is by clearly testing it yourself, seeing it with your own eyes. Yeah, that breakout will be legendary, truly. All right, let me get some tea, fam. Once I get my tea and I come back, I expect price to break out in 1 or 2 minutes, and then we can start preparing the setup. Breakout? Ah, okay. Almost. Lorenzo, you look very young. 21. I appreciate that. When did you get your new hairstyle? I mean, I literally woke up like that. Jeza8, welcome, my friend. Good to have you here. We are patiently waiting to execute like snipers here. It's a very interesting topic I actually want to talk about, because this is something, and I hope you recognize yourself in this as well. And I shared this with our community yesterday on the weekly analysis. And what we talked about was this right here. It's also in the book. You go to this section And then you go to page number 222. Just read page 222. I recommend you to read this book right there. Go to page number 222. And especially this one is super interesting. Okay? My brain became my worst trading enemy. This might sound backward, but even after I had a solid strategy in place, backtested, refined, and proven with data, I still wasn't making consistent profits. And that's when I learned the problem wasn't my system, the problem was me. Every time I stuck to the process, I made money. It was that simple. However, something strange would happen the moment I got too close to a target or a milestone, such as passing a challenge, reaching a profit goal, or hitting a streak. I would start forcing trades. I began seeing setups that weren't really there. I would stretch the rules, take trades too early, or chase price long after the setup was gone. Boredom was another killer. For some weeks, I didn't get a single A+ setup. Occasionally, maybe 2 weeks could pass without a trade meeting my criteria. And even though I knew A+ setups were the ones that made me money in the long term, I couldn't deal with sitting on the sidelines. So I would justify taking dumbass trades and convincing myself that a B- setup would do. It was my need for a cheap dopamine rush, the urge to feel the adrenaline, to feel in control. It was those moments right at the edge of progress where my mind became my biggest obstacle. I know you have felt the same. This happens to nearly every trader who starts taking the game seriously. Let me expose these biases, call them out, and put a face to the name, because once you can identify them, you can stop them dead in their track. Page number 222, read through this section. Go through it, because this is truly a killer. An absolute killer. Can I get a copy of the Trading War Map? It's free. First link right here, my friend. Click on the link, confirm your email, you get it. I would not shield this to you for that exact reason. It's... All right, we're pushing, geez. We're pushing. Here's the book. Can we break out? Breakout. Nice. Okay. Just waiting for that one. Where's the book? The book is right there, my friend. Click on the links. I shared it in the chat. All right, we have a breakout, G's. We have a breakout. So the first step was completed, right? We came back towards that level like we wanted it. Now we have that breakout. That's step 2. And you know what step 3 is? Do you know what step 3 is? Step 1 completed, step 2 completed. Yeah, would it be something like this? Yeah, maybe something like that. I think something like something like this. I mean, we could target the previous daily value low all the way. But the reason why I'm looking at this is because we have like something that we call a risk to reward. Kind of like trade management, right? Where we manage our trade after a 1R. Just because right now at the moment we are at that stage where if you take an entry, that we want to make sure that our entry is valid and our trade is well managed as well here. So something like that would be the ideal for me personally, I think. 1R and then a 2-to-1. Five-minute range. 5-minute range. 5 minutes very or high. We are now tapping into it. Larger CRC internal CME play. I'm just waiting for a little of a nice reaction and then I'll it's go time for me. Maybe even the flip, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna set a buy stop here. Breakout, 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 candle, break of the highs. That could be an EM1 there if we break out and we flip this candle. Yeah, so I'm gonna place a buy stop above that high. Is trading towards mean reversion consider? Yeah, I already answered your question, bro, before. If price breaks out of a fair balance, right, a fair value, then at some point it has to pull back, right? That's the conclusion. It has to pull back. And I think that's something that we're experiencing now. Right, something like that is what we're doing now at the moment. So yeah, if we can flip this, I'm gonna enter a long. I'm gonna put my stops on break even after the breakout. We have news coming in 30 minutes, and we are in this is a counter trend trade. It's a counter trend setup. So right there. So the first step was completed at the beginning, and that was a breakdown here. Now we have the break above the range. Now we're turning that range into support. You see that? So that's kind of what we're seeing right now happening, right? It's following exactly the way we wanted it to see now. The only thing that we want to see now is the flip, and then we execute. And then, yeah, let's see if this is enough for a squeeze. Okay, next 5-minute candle now. Bottom wick. That will be the sweet spot. If we create a bottom wick on this next 5-minute candle and we break out, that is clearly the sweet spot. Mondo Trade says it's the POC of the first day of the last week. And I take perfect trades with the POC like this. Yeah, the previous daily POC, Friday's POC on a Monday can be very helpful. Yeah, I agree. You set up a buy limit? No, I set up a buy stop. Buy stop. We call it a buy stop right there, right? So this candle right now is flipping. You see the value high is holding, right? For now. We had our candle closure. We had our first breakout. So we break down. We had a breakout. We had our retest. And then we have our third candle right now. And it's holding up. If that one pushes and breaks above the second candle high, I want to get triggered into my long. And then I'm going to place my stop somewhere around there. And put my stops on break even somewhere around there. So yeah, let's see if we can break that high. Especially New York session open, it will be awesome if there's some volume coming in, right? This is for us, it's textbook setup, guys. You guys know we have traded so many of these trades like this. It's just really textbook. That's all I can say. We know the win rate on these pairs or instruments right there. Doesn't mean they always play out, but they're heavily tested. Let's put it this way. News in 30 minutes? Yes, we are fully aware of that. We are fully aware of the news in 30. Good morning, Mr. LC. Can you please tell me why are you so confident that gold goes up now? It's something that's related to the POC. So I already took a trade. I already took a long on gold before the stream. And the reason why I'm confident on gold is because of the daily time frame, right? We're bouncing and reacting from a daily demand zone right now. The 4 hour is holding up really well. And now we have an entry model 1 from a CME play here. So let's see if we can get triggered into our position. Okay, I'm in already on futures. I'm in position already. Okay? You guys can see it right now. I want to see some nice follow through here. That's it. Yo, what? Oh, I'm so retarded, guys. I'm so retarded. This is I'm long silver right now. I'm so retarded. I'm so retarded. For real. Going long on silver instead. All right, New York Stock Exchange open. Let's go. It's really unfortunate because actually on spot, we didn't really broke the highs yet. As clean. On futures we did though. So we should be flipping bullish. I'm gonna set one more buy stop above the highs to increase my contract size a little bit if we break out here. Are we trading a funded account? Yes, on streams we're trading a funded account right now, yeah. 750K. Let me share this in the Telegram channel real quick. Come on, G. Breakout higher. Look at that resistance, man. Should have broken out on spot too, honestly. It seems that my stop loss is slightly different as well on futures. Slightly different. But we have the point of control, baby. Did you enter the trade? Yes, you can see it right below. You see my P&L, man. You see my P&L. We actually added this on the streams right now to make it easier for you. So you can see it better. Yeah, you can see my entry, my exit, as well, my stop loss getting hit, whatever is necessary. Oh, don't do it to us. New York session, come on. Just show us some nice follow through. Lorenzo, you're only trading on one account or all the accounts? No, I'm trading on all of the accounts simultaneously. So if I would say, let's say, make $1,000, I would make $5,000. If I would lose, let's say, $400, $500, I would lose $2,500, right? You just don't see it, but that's the reality. What is the difference between regular and futures? Yeah, the key difference is that futures is regulated. It's centralized data. So it might be a little bit different. My stop loss is also slightly different. My stop loss might be even a little bit low here, but for me, it is a clear 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So just so you know, it's not like you guys. Let me see if I can show you. For me, it is a clear 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio here. But it's slightly divergent. There's slight divergence between spot and between future. ADC says, Lorenzo, emotional traders in the chat. Bro, that's completely normal. We just talked about it. We had this last stream too, right? Last stream, we had the same thing. We were in drawdown. People were all upset and then price shoot up super aggressively and everyone was suddenly happy. Everyone was suddenly happy. Might happen again though. Gonna be hard because we do have the very high now. It might turn it into resistance. Do you sometimes cut your trade earlier? Not really, man. No, I just take my loss, man. You know, winners take losses too. Be humble in defeat. I actually even have still buy stops sitting above. If you do manage to break the highs, I actually increase my lot size, so... Come on, bro. Push. Show us. You know, there is still something in you. I see it. I love the strategy, man, but can I ask why didn't we enter on the retest of the point of interest at 0.7? It's a good question because this is also was actually a really good entry as well. But usually what happens is when we create a range before, we have a range here, we react from here. We have an external kind of CME and an internal external CERC and an internal CME. So we want to break above the high and then we want to simply look for the continuation now. You can clearly see how price reacted from the very high. So we waited patiently for an entry model. And price just didn't follow through. It might have to do, and this could be the reason, right? That it was right at the New York Stock Exchange open, for example. So it's always going to be, you know, what's going to happen around the open, for example. Could be a reason. Lorenzo, last few streams were winners. I don't mind a losing trade. Have some faith, bro. Have some faith. Have some faith. I agree with you. I agree with you. But have some faith. It's never over until it's over. It's never over until it's over. You know that. What is your buy stop? My buy stop is right above the high. So I've actually another buy stop sitting right here. So in case we flip magically, doesn't look that good right now, but if we do manage to flip, I will actually still scale in and add to my position. Lorenzo, there's double music. I don't think so. Is it? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we're good. Music-wise, not trade-wise. What is silver doing, by the way? Yeah, stop loss hit. We're still in on futures. This is what I mean. We're still in on futures. We're not far from it, though. Stop loss only $300. It's $1,500 in total, yeah. A little bit over $1,500 in total. Is that your usual risk? No, no. My usual risk is slightly higher than that. Would be insane if you flip this though. Still, I'm still in position. GU and EU are coming down. Can expect gold to come up. Well, if gold does come down, it is what it is. We're gonna wait here. I would definitely not feel comfortable with shorting it though. I don't know about you, but I would not feel comfortable with shorting gold right now while we're tapping that higher time frame demand. I'm just not comfortable with shorting. I'm more comfortable with shorting up here or push down here. We talked about this already. And I would feel much more comfortable with shorting from that trend. Bro, prices have a lot of difficulty to go up. No, man, look how good it looks. This is just inverted. So every green candle is red and every red candle is actually green. It's flying. Lorenzo, this was a textbook setup. If you are familiar with us and you have been trading with us for a long time, then you know that this is a textbook setup for us, yes. Yeah, the crazy thing though that I don't like right now is that, yes, we're still in, but we have news in like, what, 15 minutes. If your stop loss gets hit, is this the only trade you're gonna take? Probably not, to be honest. I think there is still another opportunity. Still look at silver, man. Still look at silver as well. So we'll see. Still look at silver. Silver is actually holding up really well as well. Next to gold here. I want to see gold flip this 30-minute candle, man. Stop loss is now below the 30-minute wick. I want to see that flip. I want to see that flip. Kelly says, you're not always alive. Is there a chat that you are more active in? I think you're talking about Telegram. I'm always active in Telegram, so you should be in there. But you should be in 2 different channels. If you are in our Telegram already, you know, I'm constantly in Telegram posting shit all the time. We have 2 different channels, though. We have the main channel and we have the group. The main channel and the group itself here. What's your stop loss? I hit mine, you don't hit. It was right below it. I thought I would be stopped out for sure. I didn't move the stops if you asked that. I think it has to do with futures and with spot, to be honest with you. You can see that I was still in position, right? So if you can see when I'm out of position as well here, it's right below, if you can actually see that. You can see it right down below, right? If this thing in the bottom right corner, the P&L, is down to 0, you know I'm out of my trade. Truth success, 100%, bro. Once people realize that trading is probability, we look for the best setups, but nothing is 100%. If you even win 50% of the time, you will make money. I agree, man. High win rate does not mean high profitability. But you guys already know that, right? I think most of you guys already know that. That high win rate doesn't mean anything. Yeah, now it suddenly doesn't look that bad anymore, right? Especially if the 30-minute kind of would close above that high. It's freaking close though, to be honest. Wow. Freaking close. There is no way we are back in profit right now. There is no way. Wow, look at that 30-minute candle. Damn. Yeah, sorry guys, but this is the reality, bro. That's crazy. That is really, 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 really crazy. Now we need to follow through, man. Is this then gonna be the follow through we've been waiting for? Second chance, for real. Is this then gonna be the actual breakout? Crazy. Kelly says, I'm already using Vantage. How do I join without making a new account? It's very easy. You can just simply transfer this account over. If you want to get access to the Telegram group, you just click on this link right here. Already have a Vantage account, question mark. Follow these simple steps. And it will take literally a couple minutes. Yeah. Now we have news. Oh my God. We're going to stay in the trade? We're just going to stay in the trade. We're going to see where it takes us. We're in it too deep. Our risk is managed already. Our risk was managed before the trade. Price actually held the very low, by the way. So this is actually the actual level where we bounced from. The fixed very low right here. We're now pushing. We'll be nuts. We'll be insane. I'm actually kind of upset because I literally just lost. I made an actual rookie mistake. I literally lost. What's like 90 times 5, right? I almost lost 500 bucks on just entering the wrong trade by accident. I had the silver chart open. How retarded am I? That's a rookie mistake, for real. Come on, Gold. If you fool us again, after this move, then we're not going to talk to each other for the rest of the day. I can guarantee you that. Where's your stop? Stops is below the wick. Below the 30-minute wick. So unless this 30-minute candle is going to do something strange, we are good. Larby says, why we never win and always lose when we enter trades by mistake. Yeah, right? Always. Yeah, that's a silly mistake right there, yeah? It's normally boring, but today is exciting. Yeah. Well, normally we take our trade and things are going very slow and we have a bit of drawdown, not too much, and then price goes in our favor. Not all the time, but you know, we've been clearly profitable. If you want to see all my data, right, all my results, I highly recommend you to watch my last stream because I showed you all the trades of May, June, July, August, September, and October. And I showed you as well how October was against September and the other months as well. So this channel, yeah, pure transparency. I highly recommend to really watch it. It's also timestamped so you can easily find it. All right, but we share all the results in there and talk about everything and the funded accounts and everything as well. And there's nothing better than trading live, my G's. Nothing better than trading live. I mean, nice to showcase a system live, for example. The only thing I'm like is like news, right? That's just like gonna be like, yeah. This is why my risk is already significantly lower. Just because of news. That could be a that could be the game changer, but let's see. Let's see. If you don't trust it, don't trade it. It's simple. If you don't trust it, don't trade it. Right? I don't decide. Where are your sunglasses? That's only with like the NFP, bro. The NFP, the CPI, and the FOMC. That's it. That's it. Not with the consumer confidence. Or the new home sales. Ooh. Your last video has all your trades. Do you know what date that video? This was my last stream. No, my last stream, I went to all my results of this year, pretty much. It would be upsetting if news would flip this candle, right? It would be upsetting if news would flip this candle. You agree? Because it looks good. I like it actually. I like the way it looks. I like the 30-minute. I like the 15-minute. I like this 3 candle bar play and breakout. I like all of it. I like all of it. Okay. That's not a good sign before the news. Right? That's not a good sign before the news. Anyways, let's see. Most of the time, you know, before the news, you know the deal already, right? This is literally 1 minute away. Price is pushing hard. It's usually not a good sign. But anyways, it's all speculation. It's all speculation, man. We have lowered our risk already. Market expert says pros take responsibility, amateurs blame others. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. You know, if you're in profit, you don't get people in the chat. If you're in drawdown, you know, the chat gets really emotional. You can blame them. A lot of them are new though. A lot of them are new traders. They don't know. They don't know. You know, they think that you always have to win, otherwise you're shit or something like that. It's about how much money do you make at the end of the month? How much money do you make at the end of the quarter? That's the question. That's the real question. So if you just show up and are consistent, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. You just have to be consistent. That's it. Show up every day, put in the work. This is okay. It's like not bad, right? Like it could be worse, news-wise. Could be worse. Could be much worse. In the meantime, G's, if you like this channel, if you like the trades, you like the transparency around everything that we're doing here, you like the full ebook we have been creating for you here. If you're new to this channel, we have created a full ebook. We wrote it in a year. It took a year to build. This is why it took a long time from the streams to write this book. Some people called us crazy, but the amount of impact it had on many people around us is insane. So it's extremely worth it. To download this book for free. And if you like what we do, then just support the channel, right? It's some value against value here. Your like matters. Your like matters. It's like voting. It does matter. Big Doglo says news is bullish for gold. All right. Yeah, no real difference right now at the moment. Nothing too crazy here. We're clearly not out of the woodworks yet. Like we're really like struggling still. But I want to see that final. I want to see that final squeeze for sure. I want to get to that point of entry for sure. I want to see what we can do there. We really got saved by the bell though. Look at that, man. Look at how we initially held above the very high. It was like the perfect setup, and then price broke down, and then it still came up. But the price action is messy for sure. Lorenzo, Lorenzo, that arrow you created, how do you select and create a bias? Yeah, so what we did before, right? We said this is what we want to see. So it's not like this is what's going to happen, right? This is what we did before this, you know, in the stream. If you look at the beginning, we marked out our arrows. We said this is what we want to see. That is different from this is what I think is going to happen, right? That's completely false. Like, I would never tell you I think this is going to happen or that's going to happen. But what I can tell you is if this happens, I want to see that and then I'll take action. So in this case, price came down, it broke high. So now I want to look for longs, and that's why we're in longs, right? Logical sequencing. We call that scenario mapping. It's very important. It's a very important part of your journey. At the beginning of my trading journey, I wanted to always be right. I want to always predict the market, right? In terms of prediction before it happens. So I would say things like, I think price is going to do this, and then it's going to go do that. And then once it's there, it's going to bounce from this level, and then it's going to go there with certainty. And I was so certain it's what was going to happen because this is how it was. It kind of was me taught this way, right? To think this way. That mentality, right? And they have other guys in the community saying like, or other communities saying like, yeah, watch what's going to happen now. Look at this stick right there and look what's going to happen when price comes down there and then it goes there. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. And then once they're right one time, you're like, holy shit, this guy is a genius. It's like, he's completely accurate and he knows exactly what's going to happen. Well, what about the other 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 times, right? That's the question you'd ask yourself. Larby says, Lorenzo, thank you. I already took partials and poop break even. Have a great day. You and all the LTA community. Take care, brother. Take care. Peace. Take care, my friend. Take care. Lorenzo, when is the next giveaway? We'll let you know about that one. We'll let you know about that one. I'm not going to say a date anymore. I'm not going to say a date right now. I'm not going to tell you when the next giveaway is because I know some of you weasels. I know you guys trying to get there, you know, knowing in advance, putting it in your calendar, right? Oh, giveaway. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Make sure you subscribe and put on your notifications and show up, and you'll be the first to know, my friend. You'll be the first. Yeah, so right now it's really respecting the trend surprisingly well. So yeah, let's see if we can get at least to our TP point or our break-even point. That would be the ideal case scenario. And if you can actually start pushing back towards this high, and then, like we talked before, right? And then if there's a chance that we can then look for shorts instead. The price would get there and then sell off again because we have that larger downtrend, right? So we're trading the larger downtrend. We're actually counter trend trading today. We're counter trend trading, and we're now looking for the continuation if price gets there. So that's kind of the idea. We want to trade towards a point, but then that exit should be or could be a new entry, if that makes sense. And I like to trade this way sometimes, when I can get into a trade and then I can exit the trade, and then an hour later or so I can follow the larger trend. I just adjust my risk. So right now I'm risking way less than I risk when I would trade, for example, from there to there, right? Just because I'm trading with the trend, I will be able to risk more. I would feel more comfortable with increasing my risk overall. Whereas the counter trend trade is always a bit more tricky. So from my side, what I do is I just reduce my risk a bit. What condition are you seeing for now to hold the trade up? For now, I just want to see where it takes us, man. Like, it might gonna take some time. I can already see it. Like, the volume is a bit low after the news here, after that initial push down. So we might be stuck in our position for a while, to be honest. But we'll see. How did it go this month? Actually, I managed to build up the account quite well at the end of this month. The beginning of the month was a bit more rough. September was probably the best month. No, August was my best month of the year. Right, in August, we made around 50K, 55K. September, it was around 35. October is significantly lower. It's gonna happen sometimes. But we're still up. We're still up for the month. We're still up. I'm going to do the calculation later after the stream. What about you guys? How's it going for you? What are your results right now? Has Trump helped you a little bit? And they're coming down again. Lizzie trades. I'm up like $150 this month. Daniel says, past my challenge, Lorenzo. Now we're grinding. Nice. This is where it begins, my friend. This is where your journey begins. I love it. V. Kumar, September 10K, October only 4K. Only 4K. Still great. Anything above 0 is good. Firat says lose, win, lose, win. Total around 0. I mean, that means, bro, you're already better than most traders. Think about it this way, right? The break-even stage is one of the hardest stages to get out to. But once you're out of it, you don't look back anymore. But in the break-even phase, you're already performing better than most traders. Think about it this way. Renek, my friend, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the subscription. For the subscribe. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Get your free book. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. I get it, right? It's exciting, right? Trading is exciting. It's fun. It's easy. When we're losing, it's funny to laugh at me. When I'm losing, right? I get it. But the reality is that we're here for the bigger cause, of course. We're here to absolutely crush it. We have a winner's mentality. We're very systematic. We know exactly what we're looking for. We follow very strict rules. We repeat that process over and over again, and we're able to do it live on stream. So winners create winners. Winners create winners. You need to be around winners. TP, why not at yesterday's very low? I mean, if there was more volume, let's say, I would give it more room. But because it's a counter trend trade, I'll take what I can get here. I will take what I can get. I think I will be happy with this risk reward ratio right now. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can get a larger breakout. I mean, I'm very happy with this breakout, by the way, because this breakout is very good. It's very helpful. Because this is also a strong hourly break, right? Oh, that was my first trade. This was my first trade. This was a strong hourly break right here. You see that? We managed to close really aggressively now above these highs right here. Our stop loss is still below there. So we are in a pretty good position regardless. We just want to see some follow through right now, right? That's it. That's what we want to see. If you don't get it, it's just unfortunate. Just the market a bit. Not trying to force the market further. Lorenzo, there is no bottom wick. There is a bottom wick. Futures there is. Volume, man, volume. Yes, I agree with you. Volume is king, we say, but we don't mean time volume. session volume, right? We talk about price volume. And the only way to measure price volume is by using a tool called the volume profile, or use level 2 data. All right, give me 1 second, guys.
Where do we go when the sunshine meets the night? Chasing a ghost between the lines, stuck between the smoke and vice. Where do we go when the sunshine meets the night? Chasing a ghost between the lines.
Yeah, so imagine price coming back to our entry. We entered our position at 9:25. It is now 10:17. So that means we're almost in position for an hour. Just so you know. Lorenzo, why did you not long the fixed for a high? Would have been better. At that time period, we were dealing with a range. What I have seen a lot is that this range gets created, you pull back. And because you are in a macro, let's say an intraday downtrend right here, right? And this is a good question, by the way. Because we're in an intraday downtrend, we could easily see something like this happening. I've seen this all the time. So you create a range here and you create a range here. And then price takes this range and it just breaks down. So then this is the manipulation for the downside. So to prevent that, right? We're utilizing the external confirmation of this range. And we had actually a really nice reaction initially from the very high right there for follow through. So yeah, I mean, the trade for now seems to be still very good. We know it's a textbook setup. But yeah, in hindsight, right now, it would have been better, right? In hindsight, it would have been better. But because of this larger trend downwards, we're not in an uptrend here from an intraday perspective right now. We're just trying to trade the pullback. Lorenzo, why are you handsome? Because I bought new teeth. That's why. That's the reason why. You should watch my my interview 3 years ago on YouTube. It's somewhere on YouTube. Lorenzo, isn't Forex stick data rather than real data? Yes, yes, and yes. It's a proxy. I agree. However, we've been testing it and simulated it thousands of trades, right? We have been testing the VaR profile on the Owanda chart, and it has been incredibly freaking accurate. The amount of times over the last, I don't know, year, 2 years, We've done hundreds of live streams showcasing the farm profile. The proof is in the pudding, man. It works. It works. It works with Tick Farm too. David says, at this stage, you are only using farm profile. Looking forward to your breakdown of the COT and open interest. First time with you. Thank you for the profits. Yeah, we'll see if the trade plays out. Like, we have no expectations. But in terms of the comment, yeah, well, thank you for sharing that. The COT data right now is currently on hold. And the reason why is because of the US government shutdown, as you guys probably know. And because of that, the COT data doesn't get updated. So the last COT data was September 23rd, I believe. So we really have to wait for that to come out. And once that's out again, we're going to definitely incorporate the COT data to our trading as well. So we're patiently waiting. Kiki Noom, thank you for the sub. Welcome. I saw you already in the comment section, by the way. Welcome. Good to see you here. Your strategy doesn't apply on session volume profile, only the fixed range volume. Yes, the fixed range, the previous daily, the previous weekly, and the swing profile. It's all in the ebook. You can find it all in here, okay? All the different layers are right here. This is chapter 1. Volume analysis. Volume is king. Trading is war. And volume is your map to understand the battlefield. Makes sense. Why? Well, if there are a significant amount of more orders executed at a certain price level, a battle between buyers and sellers took place. The more orders executed at a certain price level, the more orders were traded for a particular reason at that level, right? There is more interest there. So if they are interested, could be an institution, could be the banks, we are interested. That's how the strategy is built. I was like, where are we, man? Where are we? Yeah, gold is struggling here. If you are very uncertain about the trade right now, you think gold is struggling, the volume is dying out, just put your stop on break even, man. That's it. Put it on break even. Close your trade or put it on break even if you're not comfortable or not certain or whatever. I respect that. It's all up to you. You decide what you do, right? I'm not even here to promote you taking my trades. I'm just here to trade. I would love to see more volume too. I agree with you. But yeah. I do like the hourly candle. I do like the hourly time frame and the way we're pushing here, right? Sometimes you just have to zoom out and say, oh, the hourly doesn't look that bad. I'm like, oh, the hourly candle doesn't really look that bad, right? Like, okay, that's not bad at all. Like, it's actually pretty decent. If you look at the hourly candle, right? Sometimes zooming out helps. It helps me, at least. Don't you think the order block indicator helps with setting entries and TPs? No, I don't think so. You don't need order blocks, my friend. You need key levels. You need the volume profile. Higher time frame supply and demand? Yes, great. Higher time frame supply and demand? Amazing. Amazing. We use this in our book all the time, right? We talk about this all the time. Higher time frame supply and demand. Super important. Okay. Yes, sir. There we go, G's. We survived. We survived. We survived the trade. The stop loss is on break even. We officially are going to end the day in green. Regardless. Yes, sir. I don't know how we survived. It was very tricky, to be honest. It was very close. So, but hey, it's all probability game. We know that it's a textbook setup. We have done this trade over and over again. It's the same system. We just have to repeat the process. That's it. If tomorrow the same setup appears, I would take the same trade. I would take the same trade. So yeah, it's unfortunate that some people got stopped on that break with, you know, broker spreads or just in general right below. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's rarely that we have something like that. Usually we get stopped out, to be honest. We all get stopped out, to be honest. You know, usually it's very rare that we flip last minute. But hey, the analysis was on point, right? The analysis was on point. Yeah, I'm very curious where we close this 30-minute candle. Looks like a good candle to me. Hourly candle looks good too. 30-minute closure is going to be important. 1 minute. The only thing that we're trying to do here, guys, just so you guys know already, for the people that are new here and are watching the trade, and like, what we're trying to do is we're trying to lower our risk when we get into a trade when it's counter trend, right? So whenever we take a counter trend trade, we reduce our risk by default. And the main reason why that is because you're dealing with a much larger push towards the downside on a much larger scale, right? And it's very clean that the trend is down. But we are tapping into higher time frame support. So if we react from that, we go back to the lower time frame, from a higher time frame support to lower time frame support, volume profile, entry models, patterns, particular patterns that we trade. We look for the pullback, but we're still not convinced we're just going to flip bullish here, no? We're going to wait and we're going to exit and we're going to see if price rejects there. And if it rejects there, we're going to take this all the way back down again. That's the thought process. We're going to take it all the way back down. But we should easily be able to at least get towards that, at least get somewhere up towards this range right here. At least the previous daily would be nice. Or at least somewhere the previous daily range, right? That would be the ideal case scenario. And we actually are going to that trend, that higher time frame or that intraday trend right now, that we're actually going to test that trend right here. That's kind of what we're looking at, right? Welcome, Dory Dre Aqua Fish Farm. Nice name. Welcome to the streams. Kingsley, my friend, welcome to the group, to the Telegram group. An absolute G. Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Let's get to work. Let's look at some other setups as well here. Let's talk about it. Follow my updates here, yeah? In the other channel, day-to-day basis. Yeah, this 30-minute candle is closed. Now the new 30-minute candle open bearish. I prefer a new 30-minute candle to open bearish and then flip bullish than a 30-minute candle strongly open bullish and then flip bearish, for example, right? I prefer a 30-minute candle to flip bullish, flip bearish. Flip bullish after being bearish. That's what I'm trying to say. Lorenzo, we have 50-minute demand too. Well, yeah, kind of. You have this zone, yeah. And our stop loss is below it. I don't really look at lower time frame supply and demand too much. But yeah, we have... Our stop is is secured for sure. So yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, Kingsley, welcome to the group. Tom, welcome to the group. Aaron Walker, welcome to the group. Shout out to you, my friend. Elan Shurf, welcome to the group. Already printed out the book, the LTA War Map. Love that shit. Emina, welcome to the group. Incredible, guys. Someone says Telegram is on fire. Yes, it is. It is. Yo, Lorenzo, all the people that were shitting on you when you were in red are now gone. Yeah, where are these people, bro? Yeah, where are they now? Jeez, where are they? They left the chat, I guess. They left the freaking chat. Happens all the time, man. All the time when we're in draw, a little bit of drawdown or like we lose a trade. It's like, bro. Yeah, the 50-minute is respecting that demand that was created on the lower time frame. Indeed, I agree. But yeah, we just need to see that last squeeze. There's just not much volume today, guys. That's it. Just it's slow and steady. Slow and steady. For now, slow and steady. Warzone Hats, thank you for the sub, my friend. Welcome to the streams. Somehow you always get more views when you lose. Why is that? You tell me. What could be the reason for that? The volume profile setup works in crypto as well. Absolutely, yeah. We've been using it all the time for Bitcoin, for crypto, especially because Bitcoin is so sensitive to volume. Not just Bitcoin, the whole crypto market. It's so sensitive to volume that it works like a gem. But yeah, we have our Discord, Telegram, Bitcoin section too, man. So just hop into it and we also trade Bitcoin in the weekends as well when there is some volume. So what's your thoughts on Bitcoin now? I'm quite bullish. I talked about it already on the weekly analysis yesterday in the group. I said, yo, and the week before I said, yo, we're most likely going to retest the highs as well. We're on its way unless something crazy happened today. I don't think so. Yeah, it's doing it. It's doing its thing, man. It's doing its thing. Yeah, I'm waiting for a pullback towards this demand zone at 1012.5, and then I'll look for a new trade. This was the trade that I was talking about with the group beforehand. Is that higher time frame demand, and then internally lower time frame. We had, for example, things like this. We had the beautiful range breakout. Range breakout and retest. You see that? Fixed VaH high. Right there. Range breakout retest. Boom. After tapping into higher time frame demand. That's the same setup. So absolutely Bitcoin is really, really clean when it comes down to the volume profile. But I really like to combine Bitcoin with, like I said before, the higher time frame supply and demand. And the lower time frame volume, right? So it's the combination of, it's kind of the combination of both. Great trades, bro. How can I get your book? It's in the description, my friend. First link in the description. I'll post it in the chat for you as well here. To check the chat right now. There we go. Take your profit, bro. It is risky here. No, my stop loss on break even already. I'll take my break even, guys. A lot of people that are new to the group, they might think like, why don't you take profits? Like, what's the problem with taking profits? Well, the problem is if you do this consistently, one big loss will blow your account, right? It's like your losses are going to be bigger than your wins. This is what happened to me beforehand. So I noticed that securing myself, putting my stop on break even, and actually reaching, you know, up to like 2R, doesn't have to be perfect, around 2R is for me the sweet spot, right? And if I break even on my position, and that's in the long term better for me, because if I take profits, then I feel that every single trade I have to take profits. And then what's going to happen most of the time I'm going to take profits, and price continues to rip higher. So that's the main reason why I am very hesitant with like taking profits early and partials, because it just lowers my risk to reward ratio, and then my losses are going to be bigger than my wins, and it's just not. And I'm not going to be consistent with this personally with my strategy. But hey, if you say, yo, I'm keen taking profits, I'm keen with do all of that, like, it's up to you. Let your data speak for itself. Let your data tell you what you need to do, right? That's it. Your data, your rules. What are like the exemptions? The exemptions are that like price is almost at my TP and the volume is coming down, and you know, it's just, then it becomes stupid, right? If you are, let's say I'm here, right? And I would not, and I see price is struggling. I'm patiently waiting, but I see price is struggling here, let's say, right? The price is there, let's say, at this line. And price then comes all the way back down to my entry. Yeah, then I'm just retarded. You know what I mean? That's just, that's not gonna be very nice, because then the opposite risk reward is gonna be very unfavorable, right? So if it's struggling, yeah, sometimes we know what to do there, right? And that is to close it around there. If it's around these levels there, it's completely fine for me. But anything below, let's say a 1-to-1, a 1.45-to-1, anything below that is just not worth it for me, according to my data. All right, guys, if you guys can help me out, and if you, not just helping me out, but if you just like this value, everything that we share with you guys, right? You have the free ebook, you have the live streams. We're here to show you around, you know, to lead you through the additional layers. We're going to start posting new videos on YouTube very soon about the volume profile, all the ins and outs, the way we use your strategy, the data backing it up, how you can actually look for the right key levels, how to draw a correct range, how to create a correct bias, right? If you guys appreciate that and you like that, I would love you to like this this video, because it helps us grow as well. It's a win-win deal for both of us. Mohammed says, I lost my mom's home. Is this, you're capping or not? Well, I hope not. I hope not. Well, actually, sorry. what I was saying. I hope you're capping. I hope that you're capping. Bitcoin going crazy? Really? What's happening on Bitcoin? Oh shit, what's happening? Higher time for resistance, yes. Daily supply. Higher time for resistance, okay. Yeah, I mean, it could be just a reaction. I don't think it doesn't have to be something crazy. I don't think so. So yeah. Were you always this disciplined? Not really. No, of course not. I made all the mistakes you made, my friend. That's why I am where I am right now. Like I would never be the person where I am right now without making all of these mistakes. So I'm actually very proud of my history because I made all the mistakes you could ever imagine. And the biggest mistake that I had was not letting data speak for itself. So trusting my gut feeling. That's not a good rule for myself in trading, right? Trusting my gut feeling. Yeah, I'm trusting my gut that this is going to play out. Right? Yeah, price is respecting that smaller consolidation that we had right now, and it's holding up. So as long as it's above that, we're kind of good, right? Well, we want to see some fun. It's probably gonna get messy a little bit in the next 10 minutes, though. It's probably we'll get a little bit more messy because we're dealing with the hourly closure. How many funded accounts you bought on Topstep? Max or 5 accounts, just five funded accounts, right? I didn't even know. I heard this later, right? But I didn't even realize it. You can actually buy also 5 challenges again. So in theory, I could buy 5 challenges now and pause them. And then once they're paused, they're kind of on hold. And then if I then blow these accounts, I directly have new funded accounts. I didn't even know that was possible. That's pretty epic, though. I didn't know that. I really didn't. They don't really talk about this, like, you know, it's not really clear on the rules as well. But yeah, we're just actually just like to utilize this for the streams. Because with my private accounts, I usually take much larger swing trades. And if I take larger swing trades, then you're going to be with me in position for weeks. So that's not going to be beneficial to you. Wow, gold respecting, pushing, trying to break higher. Impressive. Impressive. Lorenzo, if you could choose between taking partials or trailing your stop, what would you do? I would throw my stop loss. Yeah. If I had to choose, I would throw my stop loss. You know? Yeah, I would prefer to throw my stops because then I would at least understand where the structure is. And if I have a higher chance of the trade succeeding in my favor, right? So, for example, this was a good example, right? I could place my stop right below the lows. Now I could put it below these lows if price would close above it, for example, right? I would prefer that over taking partials, personally. Because it gives me at least some sort of cushion that it might not trill me. It might still go. Okay. It's been a long trade, Jeez. It's been a long trade. We started this trade at 9:20. 9:25. It's almost 11. So we've always been in this trade for an hour and a half. It's pretty rare that we are in position for this long. Lorenzo, what is your favorite part of the book? My favorite part of the book is, to be honest, the proven data. The real data, the real executed trade history in the book. That's my favorite part because it's the actual proof. People like to see proof. Well, we have proof. So proven data, real trade examples. Is a big deal. And of course, the mindset, the mindset section, the psychology, right? It's super important to understand the psychology, the risk illusion, psychology of position sizing, the consistent trader's secret, and the path to real progress, right? AKA journaling. So important. So I would say that. And of course, the volume profile is just great. Everything around it is great, but I value data. I value real trade history. I value proof. We got a new guy, my friend, Warren Fernando, my friend. Warren Fernando, my G. Hey, fresh. A beautiful zero fade. You know the style, my friend. You know the style. Welcome. Is there any exemption where you would close this trade? Well, the any exemption is just gonna be if we're still gonna be in a trade and the volume is really dying out and we would create like a 1 minute range and nothing is happening. Right? Something like that maybe. Because then it's just session related, right? Timing related. But we're dealing with the hourly closure in 5 minutes. So, you know, observing this new hourly candle is going to be very helpful. Where did you learn this strategy? I actually, in a short period of time, worked for a fund. Or with a fund, you could better say. And there was a guy and he taught me everything about the volume profile. And yeah, that was a big deal. It was an absolute game changer for me. An absolute game changer. If you look back at my proof, if you look back at a Trading Nut interview I've done, okay? I've done a trading nut interview with myself 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. If it's still there, I don't know. I don't even know if it's still there. Yeah, it's this one or it's this one. Yeah. This was me 3.5 years ago, geez. 3.5 years ago. Supply and demand. Supply and demand. Kind of like a more SMC orientated, but with, of course, the volume profile. Okay? This is not the right one. With the volume profile. I don't know if I can actually find it. Anyways, we talk about a volume profile there. Trade still alive? Yes. We talk about the volume profile. And let me see if I can find it. There we go. Right there, same colors. The point of control. This was August 25th, 2022, my friends. August 25th, 2022. Why would I sit here for 3 years? Why would I be here for 3 years straight? Doing something that doesn't work. And still doing it live. Hundreds of times. You can watch that interview. It's pretty funny, actually. You can see, anyways. It's funny. Funny to watch that back. Hourly candle closes in 1 minute. 1 minute for the next hourly candle closure. How are the guys in Discord doing? In Trading Floor, they're doing great, man. They're always doing great. They're always killing it. Keeping a close eye on these guys. They're my family. How long do you expect it to go up? I have no clue, bro. We have set our target here. If the volume starts to die out, I will close the trade. That's the only reason why I would close the trade. If the volume would really die out and there's nothing happening. But right now we're dealing with an hourly candle closure. So let's see if there is a little bit more volume coming in. We had a pretty strong closure on the hourly candle, so let's see. We open bearish again, right? Same thing as the other candle. We like that. We prefer that. Yeah, if price is hovering around, let's say this level for the next, I don't think it will, to be honest. I think we'll still see a move, to be honest. We're building range after range after range, right? This is something that I actually was using beforehand. Something that that I utilized, where I would sometimes scale in my trades even, right? This is an example. Look at the point of control here. Do you see how we hold above this point of control in the lower time frame? I would use this as an opportunity to scale in, for example. Not now, because we're counter trend trading. The volume is coming down, it's later. But that's the thought process, right? Look at this range right here. Look at the point of control here. It's crazy, right? You don't really realize it, but look at that. Right there. And right there. This is why volume is king. It pulls back to the area where the most volume was traded. In that range, it retests. Buyers are still in control. Price continues higher. Build a new range. Breaks out. Retest. This level, most trades were executed. Price holds. Buyers are still in control. Price breaks higher. Why do you see the volume range of only 5 minutes and not the session-based volume like the Asian session or London session? Because for my testing, time-based volume, so in terms of like particular range volume, is better than only time-based volume. What I do like is the previous day from 6 to 6. So from the market open to the market close. Individual sessions to me and the volume measured of these sessions don't really... It's not where I felt that I had an edge, for example, right? So, but targeting, for example, London lows, London highs, right? Different story. But yeah, that's a good way. If you are a scalper, right? Or you're trading on the lower time frame, for example, then that could be a really nice way to understand how the market works. And also, if you think about trailing your stop loss, right? I could trail my stop loss now, for example, to the lows here. Just because I have a 1 minute range that I can utilize. And that 1 minute range was clearly respected, right? So you want to stay above there, right? That's kind of the thought process right now. How much of the account do you risk? I mean, right now we initially risked around 500 because I scaled in around $500. So times 5, so $2,500 risk. You could say around $2,000 risk to make, yeah, around 3.8K. Ana says it's impressive how the fixed volume profile almost always works. Volume, man. Volume is king. You don't need all that extra additional order flow stuff, right? It can work as an additional layer. But if you have a really good understanding of macro, higher time frame, support and resistance, supply and demand, and you understand the lower time frame and the structure very well, then the volume profile is just incredible. Stop loss break even already, yeah. Already. And the volume is still there. You can see it. There's still movement, right? There's still price movement. Not much. It's very slow. So if we were at the same price in around like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I might close down the stream and let the trade run. But we're still pushing, so we're still pushing. Lorenzo, what prop firm would you recommend going with? If you trade CFDs, for example, I would use FundedNext because they're cheaper than FTMO and just as reliable. And they have a no swap fee function, which is incredible if you hold trades overnight. So if you're that guy, FundedNext is the best in my opinion. If you trade futures, there's so many. I don't know. There's so many different ones, different rules. You have to do your own research. Hourly candle looks good. Yeah, let's check it out. So let's remove these. Hourly candle looks decent. We're getting closer to like that major resistance there, that 39.60. If we can get there and we struggle there, yeah, I might close the trade, right? But yeah, let's see, because it's already getting later now, and I didn't expect to be positioned for 2 hours. Because it took 2 hours, right? It's the longest we've been in a trade, I think, since a long time. And we flip bullish again. Have you passed a funded? Yes, of course. This is a. These are 550k funded accounts, so 750,000 in total. So if you make, let's say, $600 on one account right now, right? You do that times 5, you make around $3,000 on that one account, for example, or across all the accounts, pretty much. Do you also use the RSI sometimes? Not really. No, we have another indicator that we use, which is much better than the RSI. Much better. And that is the one of the indicators that we have, and it's a valuation tool. It's called the Stealth Valuation Index. And it shows you if the gold is undervalued or overvalued against the dollar. Look at where we are. We're clearly undervalued, right? So when you reach a demand zone, a higher time frame area of support, and you are undervalued, right? You're undervalued. Then that increases the chances of gold bouncing. It's proven. Last time we were undervalued, what happened? Look at that major move to the upside. Before that, the bottom. Before that, demand held. Before that, demand held. Right? So this is why we utilized what we call the stealth valuation tool, because it's more powerful than an RSI. An RSI just calculates the individual candles. This tool measures gold against the dollar. Different story, right? It's in the ebook too. You can read about it. And it's for the guys that are really serious about learning, really serious about winning, and also understanding the macro context. So this comes with everyone who's in the VIP as well. We're pushing higher, Gis. We're pushing higher. We're pushing higher. Oh, I'm out? I'm out. Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm out. We hit our target on futures already. Okay, it is perfect. We hit our TP, G's. We hit our TP. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? It was a bit unfortunate at the beginning for the people who had brokers with high spread. If you had high spread, you would have been potentially stopped out there. I barely survived this trade. So I'm not going to be here sitting, wow, wow, wow. It's just a probability game. We got lucky with the reversal. That's all I can say. But we didn't get lucky with the trade itself, because the trade itself was a prime example of how we take trades. If you go back to the live streams over the last weeks, similar type of entry models, setups, because they work. They're proven to work. Then it's all about timing. It's all about trend, timing, trend. Are you trading with the trend? Are you trading counter trend? Is there news involved? Is there heavy manipulation? Does Trump speak in an hour, for example, right? But it's been proven, G's. It's been proven over and over again. Okay? I think we still deserve a like, and we deserve a W in the chat, G's. I think we do. I think we do. And this is why, and this is another important lesson. I think this is why, right? This is why you need to stick to the process. And if the data tells you that you can hold on to a position, then let the data speak for itself. Because what if I would take partials now, earlier, or I would close the trade earlier, right? Then I wouldn't get to my full TP, for example. This is important for you to know. So really take this in consideration. Journal, track everything you do. Utilize the data well. Be as data-driven as you can, okay? This is what we are in LTA. We are as data-driven as possible. All the guys that we're talking about that are profitable in our group are very data-driven. They're very data-driven. That means that they track everything they do. And that makes the difference. So you might think, oh, I have a high win rate, but you're not profitable. Why are you not profitable? You have a high win rate. Well, maybe you take partials too quickly, and maybe it's not good for your strategy to take partials. So because you're taking partials, when you lose a trade, your risk to reward goes down so much that you still end negative at the end of the month. If you don't know that in advance, if you don't track that over time, and you don't want to take this serious enough, you will never find out. So your answer is going to be, you're going to find out if this is going to be better for you or worse for you. So let the data speak for itself here, okay? What you should do, my friends, is you want to read data, you want to get extra real data for free, freaking download this book. It's right in the description right now. The link is right below. You can download it for free. It's a 300-page book. That's why you got it. Yeah, absolutely incredible. I got stopped out, then decided to re-enter and cover the loss and also making profit for the day. Shout out to you, my friend. That's good. You trusted the process, you trusted the setup. It was a bit unfortunate at the beginning, I agree with you. Lorenzo, how much did you make in total? Around $5,700, G's. $5,700 today. It's a good day. It's a good day. Some people are going crazy with the risk. This proves you don't even have to really risk that much to make a lot of money. If you want to stay alive and you want to keep your account alive, and you want to be, you know, you don't even have to risk that much to make money consistently and a lot of money. So anyways, that's that. Hey Lorenzo, first timer here, and Lou enjoyed the knowledge, wisdom, and everything in between. Also, I walk away with a winning trade. Cheers, mate. Good to see you, man. Welcome. 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 Anyways, guys, I'm going to be here back tomorrow. I'm looking forward to see you again. I think this is the perfect time. We were in position for around, what, 2 hours, right? So tomorrow, we're going to read you through some new layers, some psychology, of course, some mindset. The best thing that you can do is you can subscribe to this channel. You can like it. You can download the ebook. You're going to read the ebook after the stream or tomorrow, before the stream. You have a little bit of understanding of what we do and who we are. Or you watch back a previous stream, for example. Then you come back tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. We repeat this process. And I can guarantee you, I will take you one step further than you are today. One step further each day and every day. You're going to see everything. Okay? If you are committed, type in I am committed in the chat. And I think we can end it with a banger. An absolute banger. Looking forward to see you guys tomorrow. It was a good stream. It was a good stream. And you saw the downs and price reversed. And it's never, ever done. I told you. It's never over until it's over. Never over until it's over. You guys know this already. Okay? All right, G's. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. Looking forward to repeat the process. Ciao, ciao, G's.